Hi everyone, here's a quick video on setting up your computer for the first time you use it. You're going to have to do this every time you sign into a new computer in this class. This page will be linked to our Google Classroom, and I'll also have a link to this page in this video. All right, so let's go ahead and get started setting up our computer. All right, the first thing you have to do is make sure you log into Adobe Creative Cloud, which is the icon that looks like this right here on your desktop. So let me minimize with this minus sign right here. Come to Adobe Creative Cloud and double click. And it does say we need to sign in. Sometimes it's going to ask you to sign in automatically. Mine is not doing it automatically. So down here at the bottom, it says if your browser is not responding, sign in here. And we are going to sign in with Google. And you are going to use your school email address. In this case, let me go and type mine. Should have copied and pasted that one more time. Brian Kendall. I can save this password for this time. All right, let's walk through it. So make sure we get to this part. This is not a personal account. This is a company or school account, which is an enterprise ID. Now, everything you do on this, you're eventually going to have to turn in as a screenshot to make sure that you have completed all these steps. So throughout this process, I'm going to show you some of the things that you need to screenshot or snip to turn in for the assignment to show that you've completed this. Now, this go ahead and is updating on this computer. So actually, I'm going to minimize this and we're going to move on to the next steps. All right, so let's go back to where we're at. That was the first one. Log into Creative Cloud, which is going on right now. Pin to taskbar and unpin. So across the bottom here, this is our taskbar, and there's certain things that we're not going to use. So we're going to remove a few of them. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and close this. All right, first one right here, and if you hold your mouse over it, it tells you what it is. This white shopping bag, Microsoft Store. Right-click on the icon, unpin. We're not going to use that. Microsoft Outlook, which is or mail, the blue envelope. We're not going to use that. Right click, unpin. And actually Edge, we are not going to use. We're going to mainly use Chrome for most of this class. So let's go to Edge, which is the blue and green wave, right click, unpin. There are things that I do want you to add though. One of them is going to be Adobe Illustrator. So you're going to type in ILL. Sorry, down here in the bottom where it says type here to search, just click ILL. When Adobe Illustrator pops up, we could actually, well, where did it go? Let's try this one more time. Let's go to, oh, it's down here at the bottom. If it goes away, let's click this little forward arrow right here. And I'm going to click on Pin to Taskbar, or you could also right click on it, Pin to Taskbar, multiple places. So that's going to add it down here. We're going to use that a lot. One other that we're also going to use, also click in the type here to search. You're going to type in SNI for a snipping tool. Snipping tool, we could also pin to taskbar, and that's going to be down here at the bottom. All right, let's get back to our instructions here. So Photoshop, we could do that right now if you want. Chrome and snipping tool, we did that. Unpinned, unpinned, unpinned. Now listen, I'm using Chrome right now, but Chrome was not going to be here. But I have Chrome open to show you this the computer setup instructions. So you see Chrome down here. But once I close it, actually it is going to go away. But I can't close it because I'm using it to also record this video. So, but what I'm going to do right now is right click on Chrome and pin to taskbar also, and there it will always be there for me. What you can do is just take the Google Chrome icon on your desktop and just drag it down here and it'll pin it to the taskbar also. That's probably the easiest way to do that one. All right, let's get to the next one. Let's see how Adobe Creative Cloud is doing. Well, I'm going to go ahead and minimize this and we'll keep moving on to the next one. All right. So also we're going to log into OneDrive with your school email, which is your OneDrive is going to be down here at the up arrow, and it's this little gray cloud. Oops, let me close that again. Boy, we got all kinds of stuff popping up. Let's come down to the up arrow. Gray cloud with a slash through it. Gray slash through it. So we're going to click on that, and that's going to ask us to log in, and you're going to sign in with your school email. Okay. It's going to walk you through a bunch of stuff. Basically, you accept everything except for the part when it asks you to, if you want to set up OneDrive mobile, you could say later. You don't need to do that now, but this is pretty straightforward walkthrough. Make sure you're logged into your OneDrive. All right, in Chrome, there's bookmarks I want you to add to Chrome, all right? So bookmarks are up here across the top. Now, there is one thing we need to do first, which is actually, I want to see our bookmarks. So I'm going to come up here to the three dots. I'm in Chrome right now. I'm in Chrome. Let me come up to three dots. I'm going to come down here to settings. Now, switch over here to the left-hand side where it says appearance, show bookmarks bar, and we're going to turn that on. Now, actually, I have a couple of them set up already. I've got one for my website, one for computer setup. What you are also going to add to this one is, let me come back over to here. You're actually going to, I want you to bookmark Google Classroom, and I also want you to bookmark Student Connection. Now, let me add Student Connection. The easiest way I find to go to Student Connection is to just go to the JUSD web homepage for the school district, JUSD. Come up here to Resources. Let's click the down arrow. When you click on Resources, you could come down here to Students if you want and click on Students. It's pretty much the same. Student Resources. Scroll down. This is all good information to know, but down here at the bottom, this is where you're going to log into Student Connection to check your grades. Click on Q, Student Connection. You're going to use your ID number and password, but we're just going to go ahead and bookmark it right now. That's this little star up here in the top right. To bookmark this tab, Student Portal, you could call it whatever you want. Instead of Student Portal, I'm going to call it whatever you want. Maybe we call it Grades or something like that. Or just leave it as Student Connection, Student Portal. All right. Also, for this assignment, once you get your bookmarks, you're going to need to screenshot this. Actually, let me jump into that right now. The reason we actually pinned this snipping tool down here at the bottom is because this is how you're going to screenshot. When you click on this snip tool, it'll open the snipping tool. You're basically going to come right here to the new button, click on new, everything goes gray, and whatever you click and drag. So if I want to snip to show that I have these bookmarks, you're going to click and drag around it, and whatever you drag around, it is then going to just take a picture of that also. You then immediately, you don't need to copy this. You can go right to your assignment and just paste it. Wherever you need to go in the assignment, Control V, and it's going to paste this picture that it took directly of it. Again, you could, if you want to click copy right here, but it's already in the computer's memory. Just go to the assignment, Control V, and it'll paste this in the appropriate spot for the assignment. Let's go and close that. Let's come back over to here. All right, so we got the bookmarks. So Microsoft Teams, we're going to turn off Microsoft Teams also. And the way we do that is we go to this, type here to search, startup apps, Microsoft Teams off. So I don't know if you notice, when you first start in, it turns on Microsoft Teams, which literally just takes an extra amount of time. It slows your computer down, and we don't use it. So we don't want that to start up each time. So down here, I'm going to type STA for startup apps. Go ahead and click open for startup apps. And come down to where it says Microsoft Teams right here, and we're just going to toggle this switch to off. All right, this is also another screenshot. If you're doing the assignment right now, you're going to take a snip right here with Microsoft Teams, and it says off. Let's go ahead and close that right now. The next one is to take care of our downloads. To take care of our downloads, we're going to do things a little bit different. Give me 1 second. All right, when you are in your OneDrive, sorry, we're going to come down here for our File Explorer first. This one's going to be a little tricky. When we come down to our OneDrive, we're not signed into our OneDrive, so this is not necessarily going to work just yet. Let's see if I can do this without signing in. In your OneDrive, you are going to right-click, and we're going to make a new folder, and it's going to be called Downloads 1. Now, the reason we're doing this is because everything that we download off the internet, all of our assignments, we want them to go to our OneDrive, which is going to be backed up by the cloud. And then our downloads folder, anything we download will be backed up because it's in our OneDrive. Now, when you do this, make sure where it says OneDrive it says OneDrive Harupa, not you've got to do your Harupa, the one that you were logged in first. So again, you got to do that prior step first down here where you log into your actual OneDrive with your school. It'll be OneDrive, and then there'll be one that says OneDrive Harupa. Then we're going to create that downloads one. All right, from here, so we need to now tell Chrome to download to our downloads one folder. And we're going to do that again. So I'm in Chrome again. I'm going to come back to our settings button. We're going to come over on the left-hand side to downloads. And right now it's telling it to go to this downloads folder, but I'm going to click change. And we're going to find the downloads one folder we created. Again, make sure it says OneDrive Harupa. For the sake of this video, I'm not logged in. Click on downloads one, select folder. All right, so this is another snip that you are going to be responsible for snipping to turn in for your assignment. It's going to be this one where it says downloads, and I want to see that it says OneDrive downloads one to make sure all your downloads are going to a folder that's within your OneDrive, so they will always be backed up in the cloud. All right, let's come back to our assignment. And for the Adobe Illustrator settings, let me go ahead and get that open right now. Well, let's come back actually to our Adobe Creative Cloud. All right, for the Adobe Creative Cloud assignment, for the part in your assignment to show that you're logged in, click up here. Once you log into Adobe Creative Cloud, this is what it'll look like, the Creative Cloud app. You are going to click on this little pie chart, and this is the snip that I want. You'll see the example in the assignment, but I want you to snip because it says your name and Adobe account, and it shows that you are signed in. All right, went through all this other stuff, all these other assignments. Last one is these Adobe Illustrator settings, which for the first part of the assignment at the beginning of the school year, you are not doing this because we haven't started Adobe Illustrator. But if you're checking this video out later on in the year, once we've started Adobe Illustrator, you are going to need to do this last part again at the beginning of the school year. This is not required. Later on in the year, you will need to make these setting changes. So let's go ahead and get Adobe Illustrator open. It will take a moment here. While this is loading, let's go and talk about this. For the assignment, what you're going to do is when you set up your computer, you're going to click here to make a copy. So when I click here, it's going to open up this Google Doc. It's going to ask if you want to make a copy. And yes, everybody's going to have to make a copy immediately. You're going to make a copy of it. And this is where you're going to paste all of your snips. So when this opens up, so this also has examples of everything you need to turn in. Again, all you have to do is use the snip tool and then click paste into the cell. So again, for your Adobe Creative Cloud, when you get logged in, you're going to take a snip of what we just talked about. You can delete this right here. We're going to delete this right here. Hit delete or backspace on your computer and then just paste the snip that you took of your Adobe Creative Cloud logged in. These are the rest of the ones that I'd like to see that we talked about throughout the video. I need to sign out of one of them. Okay, so here we are at Adobe Illustrator. Again, this is, and I'm just going to open up any document, any file, and come back to our instructions. And the instructions are, first one is edit preferences, scale, strokes, and effects. So these are all under preferences, general. Actually, sorry, let me start at number one for number 8. Adobe settings, window control is the first one. So first one, we come up here to window, click on control. This adds a bunch of extra tools and settings that aren't normally there. Number 2 is going to be the small arrows to make the left toolbar double wide. So the left toolbar is over here. Up here at the top, there are these small little fast forward. It looks like 2 little arrows right here. I'm going to click on that. That's going to make it double wide. We'll talk more about the reasons behind that, but it enlarges our fill and stroke icons. And the third part is under edit preferences. There's 3 different ones that I'm going to get to and we'll talk about. So we're going to go to edit preferences down at the bottom. General will be the first one. And it was it was scale, strokes, and effects, scale corners. And yes, there is a place for you to snip this and add it to the assignment. We're going to go to user interface, which is canvas color white. Let me come back and double check this. Yep, user interface, canvas color white. Come back to Illustrator. Yes, it's this white right here where it says canvas color white. Do not click on this white right here. I'm just going to click on this white right here. And then the third one is going to be performance, uncheck animated zoom. So come down to performance right below it. Animated zoom or GPU performance. That'll turn them both off. Just turn those off. All right. We're going to click OK. And those are all the setups to get your computer set up. Once you do it once or twice, this will be real quick and easy. And hopefully that helps. All right. Good luck setting up your new computer.